Welcome to Walk That Talk Wednesday. I'm your host, Brian Walker, with my guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr.Eduardo Rodriguez.
Pleasure to see you, my man. Pleasure to see you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, listen, every time I call Eduardo, this is exactly what he's going to say. Another day in paradise.
You can't ask for more. You can't ask for more. Exactly. South Florida is beautiful. This is definitely paradise.
Working with you, man, has been a pleasure. It's been an honor. Every deal we worked together has been flawless. Even when there's a hiccup in the road, you make sure you get it taken care of. And I respect 100%. That about you for sure, man.
100%, man. I appreciate that. Much. You know, buying a home is very stressful, and there's definitely going to be hiccups, but just how we handle those hiccups, makes the transaction rememberable for the customer, and that's what it's all about.
Exactly, and you're the man at that. Let me ask you, bro, you're tall as heck. I know you played basketball at least for a year in your life.
I tried, man, but when I was in high school, my team was 100%, and I was the average guy. Never made the squad, man.
You could dunk?
I cannot dunk, bro.
Oh my God.
I know, man. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Good,
it's terrible. I played a little bit of football, but
yeah,
that was it, man. No
tight end,
sports.
receiver.
No, I was bigger, man.
For real?
I was shorter. Now I'm 6'3". I was probably like 5'11", 6 foot.
Boy had a growth spurt.
Yeah, and I was like 290 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was a big boy.
What made you slim down?
Girls, man.
Girls, I feel you.
Girls.
What do you do in your free time?
Free time, mainly, tell you the truth, man. I'm, you know me. You call me, I'm usually in the office. Right. My normal days are probably come in around 8.
Okay.
Leave around 8-ish, get home, eat, hang out with the girlfriend, kids, put them to bed, and then I'll probably get back on before bed. So Monday through Fridays, it's all work, no play. Saturdays and Sundays, I do work a little bit, but I mainly try to do family time. You know what I mean? I'm a mama's boy to death, so I gotta spend time with mom and the kids. It's all about family, work and family. That's all I do. Try getting in the gym here and there, but other than that, it's all work.
You looking good, bro. He got his gallon of water here, chugging away. You know what I'm saying?
Trying.
So, hey, listen. Well, since you work so much, what are some of the services that you provide for your clients?
So as a mortgage loan officer, there's a spectrum of products that we offer here at the Maxwell Mortgage Team. Everything from FHA, USDA, VA loans to investment properties. We do all residential lending, so that's 1 to 4 unit properties. No commercial lending and no other type of lending besides residential. But we do everything, like I said, from USDA 0% down programs, VA 0% down programs. We have the bond loans, we have the grant loans. If you call me and there's a loan that I don't know about, I'll get back to you and I'll let you know what that program is, and I'll most likely be able to do it. And I'll get back to you, as always, within 24 hours. You know what I mean?
Always.
So here at the Maxwell team, there really isn't anything that we don't do. Every time I speak to a new client or a new realtor, I let them know that there's realistically nothing we can do. We're a direct lender, and if we don't have it, we can get it right away.
Awesome, and that's beautiful. Let me ask you, and you have so many compliments in regards to the Maxwell team. Why did you choose them? You've been working in a mortgage loan, thing for 5 years. Why them?
So listen to me, before I joined the Maxwell team, I was out and about knocking on realtors' doors, and I would see Lauren's card on everybody's desk. I'm like, man, I gotta beat this woman. And she, everywhere I would go. So she's there. Who do you use? Oh, I use Lauren. So, it's just a chain of events. It's actually a crazy story how I started working here. I was one day out at a local bakery, and I saw a realtor's card. After making calls all day, it was the end of the day, I saw a realtor's card as I was checking out. I walked out of the bakery, and for some reason, I turned back around, grabbed that realtor's card, and that realtor was the one who connected me with Lauren.
Really?
So I'm a true believer in the butterfly effect. If your gut is telling you to do something, please, please, please follow it. Because if I would have not turned around, I was, slumped. It was the end of the day, and for some reason, I was outside, and I turned back around, went in the bakery, got that card, and that's who connected me. But she gets it done. I've personally done 3 mortgages, and all of them have been through her. Everything that I've learned, the way I deal with my customers, the way I deal with my realtors, what I do on a daily basis, I try to mirror her as much as I can, grab all the good from her, because she's
Top dog.
Yeah, she makes it happen. She definitely makes it happen. We don't like to say no to customers, and I definitely learned that from Lauren. So I always tell her, thank you for everything she's taught me and teaching me, because she's outstanding.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now let me ask you: out of all the loan officers in Southwest Florida, why should we choose you?
The programs that are out there, every loan officer that you go to will most likely be able to do it. You know what I mean? If I have the program, there's 11 loan officers in here that have the same exact programs that I do. But I'll ask you the question. When you call me or text me, how fast do I get back to you?
Like this.
Instantly. When a customer calls or texts me, I try to get back instantly. I'm human, I'm not perfect.
Right.
Luckily, I am busy. But communication in this business is key. There's no... you can ask anybody in the business. If you're not picking up the phone, you're not alive. You're unemployed. You know what I mean? The saying in this business is you're only as good as your last deal.
Right.
Doesn't matter what you did 2 years ago. Doesn't matter what you did just yesterday. It's you're only as good as your last deal. And I'm a firm believer in that. My communication is something that I hang my hat on it. Because without that, there's really no business. So at the end of the day, to answer your question, is communication. When you call me, I'm going to be there for you. When a customer calls me, I'm always going to be there for them. I always go above and beyond for my clients. That's something that you need to do. It's purchasing a home. You're not buying a car. You're not buying a pair of shoes. This is the biggest investment of your life. It doesn't matter if you're making, $20,000 a year, if you're making 50, if you're making 100, if you're making $1 billion. A billionaire, when they purchase a home, that's their biggest ticket item.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna buy helicopters, they're gonna buy Ferraris,
right,
but their house is worth way more than all that.
Right.
So, like I said, doesn't matter what stage you are in your life, buying a home is a very, very big milestone, and I like to be a part of it. I cherish those moments, and it's a great feeling. It's something that I love, and I love sharing it with people.
That's beautiful. And I'll give you a quick story about Eduardo. There was a deal where a young lady of mine that was referred to me, she didn't have much to purchase a home, and she needed help from other people, which is fine. We always work with them. But she wanted to work with somebody else at first. And then when I gave her to that other officer, she made up so many different excuses as to her computer being hacked. There was a reason I didn't get back to her. I'm sorry, this deal is not going to work. And I said, okay, fine. I know a guy. So I go ahead, give her right to Eduardo, and we close in 45 days. And that's just the magic you bring. You were very, responsive. You dealt with her like she was an extended part of your family.
Of course.
And those are things that not a lot of people possess. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful to work with you, man.
Of course,
You're
same
awesome.
here.
You're awesome. In the next 5 years, with the way you're going right now, your grit, your grind, where do you see yourself?
In 5 years, my goal is to grow. We always want to grow every day. I come in here, I grind it out. I do what I gotta do for my family, for my clients, for my realtors. This is what I live and breathe. This is not just a couple years thing. This is a career.
Right.
I'm gonna be a loan officer for the rest of my life, and I want to grow a team. Something that I see myself as when I pass by Lauren, I'm very thankful for everything that she's done for me, and I want to do that to other loan officers. My goal is to start a team as well. I want the knowledge that I do have. I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Right.
I'm learning every single day as well. But I can defend myself, and I know my way around the loan, and I want to share that with other people. You know what I mean? It's a tough business. It's definitely not easy. If I try to explain to anybody what I do on a daily basis, like, oh, that's a piece of cake.
Right. Yeah,
but they don't understand. At the end of the day, you're dealing with people. You know what I mean? Again, people are purchasing the most expensive item of their life, no matter what stage you are in your life, and you're dealing with them, and they're counting on you to know every answer that they throw at you.
Right.
So that knowledge is something that I want to share with others, and I want to grow a team. This is what I love too. This is what I eat and breathe. So the next 5 years, I definitely want to see myself, go into a team, have better realtors like yourself.
Amen.
On my team, and just grow. So the next 5 years, that's the game plan. Just health and wealth in that order, do as much as possible.
Beautiful. And what is your why? Why do you get up every morning? Who are you doing it for?
Family, you know what I mean? My better half, my girl, the two little ones that we have.
Beautiful.
Mama Dukes, you know, I do everything for her. She grind. The work ethic that I have is all thanks to my mom. I mean, I saw her leave before the sun came up every morning, and I'll see her get back home, you know, late at night, cook, go to bed, repeat.
Wow.
7 days a week. You know, I came to this country at 5 years old, so I want to have a good rags to riches story. So that's the game plan. You know, my grind is all thanks to my mom. So she's definitely one of my big whys, but family, man. I mean, I don't want to go back to where I came from.
I feel you. I know. Hey, listen, trust me.
I'm not going back there. I mean, I'm getting to the top, you know, steady Eddie all the way up. You know, you definitely got to look down and see where you came from and know where you're going. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's for a better tomorrow.
For sure. Where did you come from?
Dominican Republic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't tell you that.
Yeah. Dominican Republic, so I do speak Spanish. You know, we make it happen in Spanish and English. I say 60% of my business is Spanish. So I definitely love dealing with the Hispanic market because, again, being a part of someone's first home is they're going to remember you forever.
Yep.
Forever. That's something you'll never forget.
Right. That's true.
You'll definitely never forget that. So that's my why. That's why I love waking up every day, coming into work, and just helping people out.
Beautiful.
Helping people out.
Beautiful. Now, I know there was something that set you off and put you onto this journey. What book did you read that kind of put everything in perspective for you?
So one book that really changed my growth, you know, it felt like it was overnight, is Who Took My Cheese?
Okay.
So that book is really good as far as change. I mean, in life, there's always going to be change. There's always going to be ups. There's always going to be downs. And the biggest thing with that is how you deal with those changes and how you handle all the obstacles that come your way.
Right.
So I was already a loan officer for about a year. Everything was going great. I was learning a lot. I was getting things done. And then we transitioned into a different company. You know, everything was all great, but we were so used to doing certain things a certain way and getting everything done. You know, my life was stress-free at that point. So, you know, change came very fast, and everybody was fighting us. You know, I didn't want to do this. This is not what I'm used to.
Right.
I want to do it back to the old way. I want to go back to here. This was a lot easier. This was a lot more fun. But at the end of the day, when change comes, there's really nothing you can do about it. Either you complain and just daydream about the past,
or you get to it.
You get to it. Yeah, I mean, life is gonna throw everything at you twice as bad or good as you can imagine it right now. I mean, if I look back 2 years ago or 1 year ago, I'll never think I'd be in this position that I'm in right now. So that book really changed the way I see change. You know what I mean? When things come your way, take a deep breath and get to it. I mean, there's gonna be obstacles, there's gonna be hurdles, there's gonna be humongous challenges, but you have to overcome all those challenges and keep the goal in mind. That's the most important thing. Keep the goal in mind. Just keep pushing towards that goal.
Amen. Hey, listen, I appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man, getting back on them calls, bro. Thank you so much for being able to walk that.
Thank you for having my man, and thank you for everything that you do for me.
Anytime.
I appreciate all your business always, and thank you everybody for showing love to this man right here.
Yes, sir. Hey, God bless, bro. Have a good day.
Same to you, bro. See you soon.
Yes, sir.